to know me.
What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for asking. What would you like to talk about?
That's what I was going to ask you. I heard you saying you're looking for opposition. I don't know anything about your channel or you. I don't even know what you're talking about, so I figure I'd at least check in and
Worship.
follow Christ.
Yeah, you worship a God that deletes babies for crimes they didn't commit. Are you aware of this, sir?
What are you referring to? Exodus?
Yeah, all the times in the Bible when God commands that infants be deleted.
Can you show me the scripture you're referring to in the Bible?
Oh yeah, there's plenty, but I think the biggest one is probably 1 Samuel 15:3.
Can you read it?
Yeah, it says, "Now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle, sheep, camels, and donkeys."
Okay. So what's the issue here?
What's the issue with children and infants having their heads cut off with swords?
Do you understand the context of what happened, or are you just kind of going off that without knowing the context?
I'm missing context. Okay, great. Give me the context.
No, I'm asking if you know the context. I'm not assuming you don't know.
No, I don't know it. Give it to me.
Okay, well, number one, God gave the Amalekites 400 years.
The babies? The babies?
No, you gotta let me finish, brother.
I'm talking about context for the babies. What's the context for the babies having their heads cut off?
That's what I'm going to work up to. Number one,
okay.
When God executes judgment, it's
judgment
God's
on
judgment.
babies.
So
the babies are being judged.
All right, well, listen, brother, it doesn't sound like you want me to answer this question. So what I'll say is,
I'd like you to explain to me about the babies, sir.
Well, I'm talking, I'm being cut off, so it sounds like you don't want the answer. This is a very.
Why are the babies being judged, sir?
See how you're not letting me finish? It's clear you don't want the answer. So here's what I'm going to say to you, brother. Okay. This is a very easy subject to refute. It's not very difficult at all. But I will pray that you have faith and you open your mind, but I'm not going to be cut off and stand on your platform if you don't want the answer. Okay, you pray
for me, and I'm going to ask Santa Claus to take you off the naughty list.
God bless you.
All right, go run away. Yeah, see, guys, I want to talk about the babies, guys, okay? I don't want to talk about the full-grown Amalekite adults, okay? I want to talk about the babies, right? First, he said that God gave them 400 years. God gave the infants 400 years? What? What are you talking about? Stay on topic. Oh, hold on. Let me get there. See, God passes judgment. You're telling me that God was judging the infants? Sir, I'm talking about the infants. Why is God judging infants? Stay on topic here, sir. And then he said, I'm going to pray for you, and ran away. He can easily refute it, but he just said, I'm going to pray for you and run away. Yeah, great.
That's not what he was saying. He was saying that because he gave him so much time that the babies?
How much time did he give the babies?
Well, he gave the people,
Yeah, I'm talking about the babies. Again, sir, my issue is with the babies.
Are you pro-life or
Can you not pivot? Can you not pivot here? How much time did God give the babies before he commanded their heads chopped off with swords?
Well, they're infants, so I doubt they felt anything, buddy.
Wow. So you're saying it's a good thing. This is okay because they didn't feel anything?
No, I'm not.
Are you saying babies don't feel pain,
God.
sir?
I can't be like, God, why'd you do that? Because you're a horrible person.
Are you insinuating that babies don't feel pain?
No. Do you remember when you were a baby?
Well, hold on a second.
You
just said. Hold on.
So when you were a baby and you stuck your toe.
Hold on a second. You just said, well, they were children. They were babies, so I doubt they felt anything.
Obviously, I'm being a fucking dickhead because you keep fucking.
You're being a Christian is what you're being. You're being a Christian is what you're being. Yeah.
Because you don't want the actual answer.
Okay, what's the answer? Give it to me.
Like he was saying, he gave him 400 years, but he
gave the babies 400 years.
Oh my God! Why did you?
Sir, explain to me how you can give a baby 400 years.
You're not giving the babies 400 years. You're giving the people 400 years, but they kept messing up.
Sir, evil things. I'm asking about the babies here, sir. Why? It says you worship a God that deletes babies for crimes they didn't commit. So let's talk about the babies. I don't want to talk about the adults. Okay, let's talk about the babies. Let's stay on topic here. Why did God have the babies' heads chopped off with swords?
Because God knew what they were going to grow up to be.
Oh, so why did God even allow them to be born in the first place?
if you're not ready to read the Bible, why you point out one thing?
I've read the Bible. I've read the Bible twice.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Then you should know why. If you have a brain, you should.
No,
know
I have not been able to comprehend. I have not. I guess I missed the part of the context. I've missed it. Can you help me understand? Like, what's the context for the babies having their heads cut off?
Your question is, you worship a God. Yes, I do worship a God.
It's not a question. It's a statement.
Well, he didn't delete the babies. He ordered someone to.
Yeah. Why did God command that babies have their heads chopped off? Why?
Because they were bad people.
So the babies were bad people?
They were going to be, yeah.
Yeah, so why did God allow them to be born in the first place then if he knew that he was going to have to ultimately have their heads cut off?
Because that's not how it works. Has God in the last...
How do you know how God works?
Thousands of years said...
How do you know how God works?
You know what? America is going to turn out bad. Let me just not have them created. That's not how
can you not ramble? Can you not ramble? How do you know how God works?
He's rambling.
How do you know how God works?
I read the Bible. I know his intentions.
I've read it too, sir. I've read it twice. Now, I don't memorize the whole thing, but I've read it twice over the span of about 15, 20 years.
You should probably go back and read it.
Okay, tell me the part that I missed that justifies killing babies. Tell me the part. I'll go look it up right now. Thank you for the join my team. Thank you. Are you there, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me the part Tell me the part that I passed over in the Bible that justifies these babies.
Well, are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Sir, stop pivoting. Stop pivoting.
Feel like with the glasses and everything, I feel like you're pro-choice. So,
okay, so are we gonna just like insult each other now? What's going on here? Are you gonna stay on topic here, sir?
I mean, we can.
Can you give me the part in the Bible that I passed over, according to you, that justifies having these babies deleted?
Look, I bench 225. I doubt you can 225.
Cringe. Can we get cringe in the chat? Cringe in the chat. Cringe in the chat.
Nah. I mean,
thank you for the crown. Thank you for the crown. Christ is weak. Thank you for the crown. Christ is weak.
I don't know what you want me to tell you, because anything I say,
I want you to tell me why you worship a God that deletes babies for crimes he didn't commit.
Because I do.
That's not an answer. That's circular.
No, it's not. You say,
I asked you, why do you worship God? You said, because I do. Here's what you just did. Here's what you just did. I worship God because I do.
What if I don't even believe in God? What if I'm just messing around? What if I'm just trolling?
Is that the case? Are you trolling me?
I don't know.
Why do you have a cross emoji in your bio or whatever?
Yeah, but my name's also Death, so maybe it's contradict. Maybe I get
Death.
off on this.
Oh yeah, it is Death. Oh, so are you trolling? I mean, if you are trolling, that's fine. We can just move on.
Dude, I don't know, man.
I think what's actually happened is you just embarrassed yourself, and now you want to claim you're a troll.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what happened. Chat, is that what happened? He embarrassed himself, and now.
What do you? I want to know what you believe in.
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in anything supernatural.
So you don't. Okay, so if I predict something that's going to happen that was written, would you start to believe again?
Can you give me an example of that happening?
Yeah. Okay. So in the next couple of months, there's going to be an attack on Jerusalem and the Rock of the Dome.
Sir, that's so vague. That is such a vague prediction. Of course, there's going to be attacks and wars. What are you talking about? Give me a very specific. Give me a very specific.
The Rock
prediction.
of the Dome, that's holy to the Muslims, will be destroyed, and the third temple will be rebuilt.
Whoa! You just got a flag. You got a flag. You can't talk about that on here. Can't do that. Sorry, it's TikTok rules. L's in the chat for him. L's in the chat, guys. That's he said babies don't feel pain, guys. Typical loving Christian. He said babies don't feel pain.
Oh, yo, shit, hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, shit, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not like too educated.
Don't lie. That's a sin.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll try not to. But yeah, I don't know, I was reading the Bible and like I don't know, I'm kind of like lukewarm. So I was more just asking like, where does it say like what are you talking about specifically? Like what like verse passage? Like,
there's the biggest two I would say is 1 Samuel 15:3. It says, now go attack them. This is God talking to Saul and his army. God commanded Saul, now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants.
So like,
and in Numbers 31, 17 through 18, God commands that you unalive all the Midianite boys and unalive all the Midianite women who have had physical relations, but save the young girls who are virgins for yourselves.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so it's the attack of the Canaanites, yeah. Or the slaughter of the Canaanites, I should say, not attack, yeah, the slaughter, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But my biggest issue is with the children. I don't care about them.
yeah. I don't know, cause like I've heard like
I mean, I do care about them, but this could be considered ethnic cleansing. Actually, like this is God ordering like shminicide.
Yeah, because I heard like I don't know, like I haven't read the Bible fully yet. Like I will admit, like I'm kind of I'm reading through Genesis right now. I just literally just freaking started like last week, but
yeah, read the whole thing, man. I encourage everyone to read the Bible.
Yeah, but I don't know, like because before then, like I kind of lost my faith a little bit, like. It's a couple of years ago, and then I don't know.
So you've never read this verse the verse that I read to you?
Oh no, I mean like I've watched like debates and stuff on it, like.
And so, are you aware that God did this, and this still has not swayed you in one way or the other?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, like I know it's in there. Like, yeah, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, like it's in there, and that's like kind of like what was. I just didn't know.
Why would you want to have a relationship with a God like that?
Oh yeah. No, that's a good question. So I was gonna say that I don't know, like because I've heard like apologists or like I don't know theologians say like you said it's ethnic cleansing or like God. I mean like if He made the world and He's like whatever, you know, like omnipotent, all that, then He has the right to do whatever He wants. Which to me though, that is kind of just like that's kind of messed up. But
just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean you should do it, right?
Yeah. But like, if it is God, though,
why would you want a relationship with a God like that?
Oh yeah. But I'm saying like, I can totally see where you're coming from. But like, I feel like if God is, how do I say it, like.
Would you ever do this? Would you ever make a command like this?
Not morally, like I don't think I would, but like.
So you're better morally than your God or than the Christian God.
Yeah,
like why would you want anything to do with a God that you are morally superior to?
Yeah,
why would you want a relationship with a God that does things that you think are immoral?
That's a good point. Yeah, but. I'm trying to think of what I was saying, man. I'm sorry. I'm drawing blanks right now, but it's kind of like if He's God, like what He does, like I don't want to say like it's outside of, not saying like outside of morality, like because then that just sounds kind of bad, but like I hope you know what I'm getting at. Like if He like whatever He says, like. Kind of goes, I guess, and I mean, well,
in order to me to be in the mentality of like whatever this God says goes, I would need definitive proof that this God exists in the first place.
Yeah,
right? And like, why would you just get all your like moral standards from this Bible or from this God that does these awful, terrible things that you don't agree with, and you don't even know if it's real or not?
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna lie. Like that's why the past couple of years I've been kind of struggling, but I think
keep reading the Bible. I encourage you to keep reading the Bible, and I honestly think that if you actually read the entire thing, because most atheists were once believers and they actually read the Bible. Yeah, that's what decided them to. And I don't know if you have a strong faith at all. I don't know if your faith is very strong or not, but leaving faith can be very, very scary. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery, a lot of courage, because you could lose family members, you could lose friends, you could lose the people that you've grown up with, you could lose your best friends that you've met in church. Like church is a family community, and you might lose all of them if you decide to walk away from your faith. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to take. It takes decades. People deconstruct. It takes some decades to do it.
Yeah, like I mean, not gonna lie, like I'm pretty biased, or no, maybe not biased is the right word, but like
you're like on the fence.
Yeah, I'm pretty drawn to, because like my family's Christian, you know, and like a couple years ago when I was in high school, I was kind of like, I kind of just had like an epiphany. I was like, damn, why do I even believe this shit? You know,
that's good. That's good that you actually critically think like that and actually question things. That's good to question. It's always good to question everything. Be skeptical of everything to an extent. You know.
Yeah, that's what.
But don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Actually, go read what it says. Go read the Bible. Go look at the behavior of this God. And then come to your own conclusion. Yeah,
I guess it kind of comes back like I guess let's just say like Jesus is God, like like the Bible is true. Like I feel like I'm trying to think to say like what we think He should do. Like it doesn't matter what we think He does. Like if it's right or not.
Of course it does. Of course it matters what we think. We're all we have. Where is God? Where is He? Is He here? No, me and you are here.
Yeah, but I'm just talking like in a hypothetical sense, like if he is like true, like if Christianity is true.
Even if this God was real, even if somebody was to prove the existence of this God to me, I would want nothing to do with this God. This God is not worthy of worship. I would never even worship a God. That's just weird to me. Like, my idea of what a God would be wouldn't care about being worshipped or loved. I hold my standards to what a God would be very much higher than the Christian God. So even if this God was proven to be real, I would say, okay, fine, he's real, but he's still a monster, and I want nothing to do with him. He's genocidal. He's a maniac.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really disagree or not disagree, because like that is kind of like why I was when I first heard about, God, what was it? Because I've heard about the Canaanite stuff for a while, but I never read the Bible fully until just now. Well, started to read it just now, and so
go read it, man. Go read it. Go read it. Read the whole thing.
All right, man. All right. How about? All right, yeah. I'll read it. Join back maybe in like 6 months when I finish it, and then we'll see.
Oh, dude, you could finish it if you really wanted to. You could finish the Bible in like 3 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks. It's not that long of a book. It really isn't. Depending on how busy your life is,
Yeah, I mean,
if your life's busy, then
I'm giant. So like, I don't know. Like, my dad has this huge Bible. I'm just like, what the hell? So,
yeah, just read it, man. Study it, read it, and if you have questions, come on back. And there's go follow Deconstruction Zone Justin. He knows the Bible so well. If you have questions, DM him. He'll be happy to answer questions for you. There's lots of people. There's lots of people on here that will have any. If you go and ask a pastor or a priest or a Christian about verses that trouble you, they're going to give you bullshit cop out answers.
Yeah.
If you come across a part in the Bible that really troubles you, you're like, what is this? Why is God allowing slavery? Why is God flooding the earth, drowning babies? Why is God doing these awful things? If you go ask a pastor or a priest these questions, they're going to give you a straight up bullshit answer. Go and ask people who have actually read it and aren't biased on the subject. Go ask them and see what kind of answers you get.
Yeah,
you can even come to your own conclusions as well too.
Yeah, that's why I think that's what I should have been doing a while ago. Because
thank you for the cowboy hat.
Yeah, I won't be too much longer, but I was trying to like.
I got you.
Just look up random people. Like, at first it was like the errors in the Bible, and then I was like, yeah, well, damn, it's kind of, it's just crazy stuff, man.
Well, I'm glad that you're thinking critically. I really am glad that you're thinking critically and that you're questioning and you're skeptical. That's really good to be that way. I think that's the best way to be.
So. Yeah, well, all right, man. Well, I mean, I'll read it, and then if I change my mind, whether I somehow believe or whatever.
That's up to you. It's up to you, man.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
All right, you too. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see you, man.
All right, everybody, keep spamming those likes, guys. Double tap the screen, share the live, guys, with a couple of friends. Click the follow button, everybody, please, if you enjoy this live stream. If you've been watching me for a while, thank you, Joel. Joel is here. Guys, go follow Joel Reads Bible. This is going to be a great couple of days. Today is going to be awesome. Right, we're live right now. I got 4 guest requests. I'm going to get to you guys in a second. Just hold on a second. Later today, Mike and Parker are going to have a debate on veganism. Later tonight, Justin is going live. He's back on his main account tonight, guys. It's going to be really awesome. Tomorrow night, I'm debating Wi-Fi Gospel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys know Wi-Fi Gospel, we're going to be debating on here. So this is going to be a really fun next couple of days. Real fun next couple of days, guys. And also, if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube, please go click the link in the bio. And if you want to watch the full live streams, I got a bunch of live streams on there for you guys to listen to. Let's get to the next guest here. Hello. Hello? Hi. You paused. Hello, there, you're back now.
Am I all good? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hi, what's your name?
Skits.
Skits, nice to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha.
I was watching your live, and it's actually a coincidence because I just finished Samuel. I'm in the Book of Kings now. So I'm definitely asking like a lot of questions in terms of like why was these genocidal things happening to the babies and everything. And I know this isn't necessarily going to like satisfy you or maybe some of the other people, but from what I know, those two clans, the Amalekites, or was that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Amalekites.
Amalekites. A lot of these people were actually sacrificing their babies to.
Where do you find that at? Is that biblical?
Yes, it is biblical.
Okay. If you go, what verse says the Amalekites were sacrificing their own babies?
I don't know if it's in Samuel. I think it's going back into like Leviticus and stuff, where these were.
I don't think it is.
Were Canaanite? No, but Canaanites and them were sacrificing their babies to Moloch.
Okay, so God sees these people sacrificing their babies, and then he goes in and unalives their babies for them.
Well, I mean, no, but these people, like, they're, again, I know you're not interested in talking about the parents or anything, but...
So let me ask you this, Samantha. After having read that God did this, like, commanded that infants have their heads cut off with swords, you still want a relationship with this God?
Well, see, here's the thing. It's not so much as the God as it is the people, right? Because,
so let me ask you again. After having read that God commanded these infant babies to have their heads whacked off, you still want a relationship with this God?
So, okay, like, again, I'm not trying to, like, pivot or anything. I do want a relationship with Jesus. Yes, I do. So...
Why would you want a relationship with somebody that commands babies to have their heads whacked off?
Because everything in the Bible in itself, it does get corrected, okay? This is humanity we're talking about, not necessarily, just God. Like, God...
Are you saying God needs to be corrected?
No, humanity needs to be corrected.
So how does chopping babies' heads off correct humanity?
Okay, so again, I'm not saying that it's a right thing, but I don't think like God, and you don't think like God.
I think better than God. I think better than God. I would never do this. I would never command this.
Can't comprehend what a human is doing, or are we just like a blob that they can't even comprehend us, right?
So you're telling me, are you saying that you can't come to your own conclusion on whether it's good or bad to chop babies' heads off?
I can come to my own conclusion.
Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad?
It's bad. It's bad.
So why do you disagree with your God?
It's bad too.
Why do you disagree with God?
No, okay. You're saying in a plain context, is it bad to chop a baby's head off? Yes, it's bad to chop.
What is the context that justifies it?
There's nothing that justifies chopping a baby's head off.
So why do you disagree with God?
I'm not okay. So you're a professional at this. I want to have a conversation with you.
I'm not a professional at this. I'm just very troubled that you would want to have a relationship with this God after reading what his behavior is like in the Bible.
Okay, but again, this does boil down to humans.
Do you agree with God or disagree with God when he did this?
Do you agree with what these people, these babies' parents were doing? Do you agree?
I don't necessarily think that's true. I don't know if there is any evidence to support that these Amalekites were doing that.
No, have you read through the whole Bible?
I've read it. Yeah, I've read it, but I don't remember that part. I don't remember them. But even if that's true, that doesn't justify God chopping the babies.
I understand what you're saying, but I know I've read it.
So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the babies.
People were sacrificing their kids and doing blood orgies and crazy things.
That's not biblical at all.
What are you talking about?
Okay, show me the verse, ma'am. Show me the verse where these Amalekites were doing blood orgies with their babies.
They were doing so many things. I mean, I can't pull up on my phone because, like,
I'm sorry. I don't think that's in the Bible. But why does that justify having the babies? Why do you agree? Do you agree with God when God commands that these babies be unalived?
But it's not up to me to be in agreement with what God does.
So you can't come to your own conclusion.
My permission. God doesn't need my agreement.
No, I didn't ask you if God wants your permission. I'm asking, do you agree with God? Like, let me ask you this. Let me put it this way. Is every command from God good and righteous?
Absolutely, and in his way, but not to my understanding.
So this was a good and righteous thing that God commanded.
Okay, again, it's really hard to explain because let's
just take it one at a time, okay?
Okay.
Is every command from God good and righteous? You've said yes. So that means that this is a good and righteous thing to happen to these babies.
Okay, I don't know how to make it make sense.
Can't you just say that it's not good? Can't you just say that it's bad that these babies?
No, I already said that though. I said it's not good.
But you also said that you don't disagree with it.
No, I said that I don't have a place to agree or disagree with it because this is not my choosing. This is not something that
you don't even question God. When God does these awful infanticide things, you don't even question them. You just want to have. You just choose to bow down and worship Him.
No, trust me, I do. Like,
okay, if you question it, if you question it,
a very like you don't know my walk as much as I don't know your walk either, right?
Thank you for the corgi. Thank you, Justin. Thank you for
I don't know. Joyful. I don't know anything about you. You don't know anything about me. But like, I've had my own, walk discovering God and questioning God and questioning, well, if God is real.
No. You can't question God. You just said that. You just said you can't question God.
We can. No, we can.
Oh, okay. Then explain to me if you agree with this or disagree with it. If you can question God, then you can tell me if you've come to an agreement or a disagreement with this command.
Okay, but again, you're not giving me a chance to actually explain.
I just want you to tell me if you agree with it or disagree with it. That's all.
Okay, so in the beginning of my walk, I've questioned a lot of things, but at this
Ma'am, do you agree with God? Do you agree with what God did here or not? That's all I want to know.
We don't get to agree. I don't like.
Well, you just said you can question God.
I wasn't there to know why this command is happening, and I don't understand why God.
Ma'am, you just said you question God. So if you question God, then clearly you can come to a conclusion on whether you agree with it or not. What's the point of questioning it if you're not trying to decide whether you agree with it or not? So if you can question God, explain to me if you agree with it or not.
I don't agree with babies.
Okay, then now why do you disagree with the moral superior God that's a morally good and is the objective moral standard? Why do you disagree with that?
Because I don't have the complex spiritual understanding of whatever.
So you just blindly worship this genocidal maniac. You just blindly worship this infanticidal maniac.
No, I wouldn't say it's blindly because I've had my own personal experiences.
So no matter what God does, you're going to continue to worship him, no matter what, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, like, I have my own personal experiences with that God. I don't know all the details.
Is there anything that this God could do that would make you not worship him blindly?
I mean, I wouldn't really know. Like, how would I know? Like, what?
You don't have a line that could be crossed. Like, what if God commanded his soldiers to kidnap little virgin girls and keep them as spoils of war? Is that something that would make you say, "Whoa, what? I don't want this God. I don't want nothing to do with this God now"? If that was true, would you stop worshiping God then, or would you still continue to worship him?
No, the thing is like I'm not trying to be like every other Christian, just blindly, giving God faith or anything. But this is
what's the line though? What's the line that God could cross for you? Like, what's the line? Like, if I told you that God, if I told you
in the Bible that they had everything taken away from them and they still had faith.
Ma'am, if I told you that God commanded his soldiers to kidnap little virgin girls and capture them as spoils of war, would that be something that would make you not worship this God?
But again, this is like literally asking ants on whether or not ants have a moral.
Well, okay, ma'am, your God did this, okay? In Numbers 31:17, your God commanded his soldiers to kidnap little virgin girls. He commanded them to unalive all the Midianite women, all the Midianite boys, but keep alive for yourselves the young virgin girls. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Is that a moral? Is that a good and righteous thing?
Again, the only thing I could say is we're debating on things that happened 2,000 years ago that we weren't.
It doesn't matter what time it happened. Doesn't matter how long ago it happened. Because your God's morality never changes. Your God is the same yesterday, today, is tomorrow.
Yeah, but us.
So whatever. Hold on.
Very limited.
Ma'am, hold on.
Understanding.
Whatever your God thinks is morally permissible back then is still morally permissible now. And who are you? Right? So do you even care that God did this? Do you care that the God that you love and worship commanded young virgin girls, to be kidnapped, captured?
Of course. How could I not care?
So you still want a relationship with this God?
Have you read anything after these parts of the Bible? Like, have you read anything about Jesus? Do you know anything about Jesus?
Is Jesus God?
Yes.
Okay, so why did Jesus command that little virgin girls be captured, disposed?
Jesus didn't. No, that's not. You can't say that because Jesus wasn't.
I can say that because Jesus is God, right?
Yeah, but you don't read anything past this part. Like, did you?
Ma'am, according to you, Jesus did this.
Read the whole story. Did you read the whole story?
Yes, I've read the entire Bible twice. Yes, I've read it twice. Now listen, I don't memorize.
Why did you read it?
Ma'am, because I was looking for answers. I was searching. I was on a religious walk, right? The same way as you. But once I read what this God does in the Bible, I ended that walk very quickly. Now, listen, if Jesus is God, that means he's the God of the Old Testament, correct?
Mm-hmm. He's the Word.
So why did Jesus command little virgin girls to be captured as spoils of war?
These are great questions. They're great questions that I don't have the answer to. I came up.
You just blindly worship this shit. You just blindly worship this God. Even though you know that God commanded the Amalekite babies to have their heads chopped off, you know that God commanded that these poor little virgin girls were captured as spoils of war in Numbers 31. Even though you have all this information, you still choose to get down on your knees and bow down and worship this pathetic monster God.
So why do
you have children?
You're making your living off of this.
No, ma'am. I make like maybe $20 a month off of this. That's ridiculous.
So like, again, I'm just trying to understand like your perspective.
This isn't about me. This isn't about me. This is about you. This is about why you worship a God that deletes babies for crimes they didn't commit.
Again, I'm going back to the same original point. These clans.
Do you have children?
These clans were sacrificing their children.
You failed to prove that to me.
There was Nephilim, like Canaanite things going on too. Like
according to the Bible, all the Nephilim were destroyed in Genesis, right? According to the Bible, even though that's not true, there's still Nephilim even after God flooded the earth. And that's another thing. God flooded the earth and drowned babies, ma'am, for crimes they didn't commit. You don't have no problem with that. You have no problem with God flooding the earth, drowning babies. You have no problem with God commanding that these Amalekite babies have their heads whacked off with swords. You have no problem with God commanding that these little virgin girls be captured as spoils of war for these grown Israelite soldiers to do with as they please. You have no problem with any of that. Your only response is, well, but Jesus though, but Jesus.
I'm not saying that though. I'm not saying that I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, so you do have a problem with God?
No, well, yeah, sure. I don't have a problem with God per se. I have an issue with.
So you don't have a problem with God at all. You don't have a problem with God doing any of these things.
I don't get that.
You don't get to?
No.
So you just blindly worship, like no matter what God does, you're just going to worship Him, no matter what. Where's the line, Samantha? Do you have a line that God could cross or not?
I'm sure. But the thing is like,
what if God took your? Do you have children?
No, I don't have children.
Okay, do you have think of the person that you love the most in your life? I want you to think of that person right now. Okay.
God already took them from me.
Well, there's still somebody in your life that you love right now, right?
No, God already took them from me.
God already took. Okay, so God took.
I've been through death and all kinds of things. Like I said, you don't know my walk. You don't know.
So what's the line? What's something that God? Because apparently, drowning babies is not the line that God crossed. Chopping babies' heads off with swords is not the line that God crossed. Capturing little virgin girls and keeping them as spoils of war is not the line that God can cross. Where's the line that God can cross for you? Do you have a moral line at all?
Of course I have a moral line.
So where is it? Because
about people, about situations and events that I know nothing about. I don't know anything.
You can't come to your own conclusion on whether it's good or not to capture a young virgin girl?
I'm saying, I told you it's bad.
So God can do bad things.
But we don't. How do we know what is good and what is bad? We know, to a certain.
You can't. So you need a book. You need a 2,000-year-old dusty old book to know whether something's good or bad.
No, I'm not saying
I don't know. I don't know if it's good to chop babies' heads off with swords. Let me open up this 3,000-year-old book that was written by ancient goat herders who didn't know where the sun goes at night. Let me see. What does it say? Yep, it's good if God says so. Wow, I wouldn't have known if that was good or not. I couldn't come to my own conclusions on whether it's good enough to chop babies' heads off. I have to open up this 3,000-year-old book.
Those things are okay, but
this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can't come to your own conclusion on whether it's good or not to do this.
I'm telling you that it's bad, but you're trying to just
God can do bad things
into me questioning my faith or telling me that
so God can do bad things.
So are my experiences with God irrelevant? Is everything?
Yes, your personal experiences are irrelevant to me. Yeah.
Why? No, I'm not talking about to you, but I'm talking about to me. Are they irrelevant to me?
Oh yeah, I guess they're relevant to you. Yeah, sure.
So it's just I'm just trying to say, when I got up here in the beginning, is that I'm reading the Bible for myself. I do have issues with the things that I see, but that doesn't take away my faith. It doesn't make
Why do you still want to have blind faith and love with this God that does things that you have issues with?
Well, again, you said that my personal experiences are relevant to you. So why would that even matter?
I'm curious why you have issues with God, but you still love this God and still want to have a relationship with this God.
I have issues with humanity. I have issues with the world.
I do too. Like people like you, who have no problem with what God commands in the Bible. You have no problem with it. And if you do have a problem with it, you don't think about it. You just still continue to worship this God.
But you're making it as if I'm the one who's chopping off babies like heads. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I didn't say that. I just said that obviously that's not a line that God. That's obviously that's not one of your lines.
That I would do. That's not something that I'm doing. That's not something that I would endorse.
You wouldn't follow a good and righteous command from God.
I'm not saying that.
You wouldn't follow a good and righteous command from God.
What are you talking about? Like, God commands me to chop babies' heads off?
Yeah, would you do it?
God wouldn't ask me to chop babies' heads
God's
off.
already done it. He's already done it in the past.
Me. You know what? Again, that's a different time.
But ma'am, your God has shown that he's clearly capable of making these type of commands. Does God reveal himself to people?
Yes, he does.
So if God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain it was him, and he said, this is part of my will.
You know what? It's so funny how you guys...
Would you follow a good and righteous command from God?
It's so funny if it was from God, but like that sounds like something that's not from God.
So
like,
if it was from God, if God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain it was him.
Questions that you guys do is so
I know how hypotheticals work, right? If God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain. If
God revealed himself to you, okay,
ma'am,
what would that do?
If you were to prove to me that the Christian God exists, I would say I don't want nothing to do with you. You're a monster. You're not worthy of worship. I would hold my standard. I hold my standard to what a God would be much higher than the Christian God. Now listen, you said every command from God is good and righteous, and you said that if God revealed himself to you, that you would follow those commands, right? Hello?
I'm listening.
So, like in 1 Samuel 15:3, God commanded Saul's army to go into the neighboring Amalekites and unalive their children, the neighboring nations. If God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain it was him, and he said, Samantha, I am good and righteous, I'm commanding you to go to your neighbors and unalive their children, is that something you would follow? Because it's a good and righteous command from God?
No, I'm not going to go kill kids. And the God that I know is not going to.
So why would you disobey a good and righteous command from God?
Because God's not going to. I have enough faith to know that God's not going to ask me to kill kids.
God has already asked people to do this. He's already commanded this before.
He's not going to ask me.
How do you know that? You can't possibly know that he wouldn't never command you to do this. He would never. You can't possibly know he would never reveal himself to you and test your faith or explain to you that it's part of his will. How do you know God would never command this from you? You don't know that, which means it's possible. God, because people say God spoke to them all the time, right? People claim that God revealed himself to them and spoke to them all the time. That woman in Texas drowned all 5 of her babies in the bathtub because God told her to. Right? Do you believe her, that God spoke to her?
I didn't even know that happened.
Do you believe that God spoke to her and said that?
No, I do think that there's a fine line. There's a lot of people that also have.
What's the line then? I've been trying to ask you what your line is this whole time.
You have psychosis and use God as like, oh well, God told me to do it. Like,
well, who are you to say that? Who are you to say that they actually were lying? That God didn't actually reveal himself to them?
I'm not. That's the whole issue. That's why I came up here. Is because I'm not someone that could say. Who am I to say that if someone's lying or telling the truth? I'm not.
Okay. Is it possible that God really did reveal himself to that woman? Is that possible?
God reveals himself to people, but there are some
people
that are actually sick.
Is it possible that God revealed himself to her and commanded her to do that, and that's why she did it? Is that possible?
I don't think that's possible in that context. I really don't.
Why not? So God's not all powerful. God can't.
I'm not saying that it's not possible like that. Like I'm saying that
So it is possible. Okay. So
in that specific situation,
if it is possible,
the case of what happened. That is not what happened.
If it is possible that it was God that commanded her to do this, then stop saying my God would never command me to do this. My God would never do it, because it is possible, right? Mm-hmm. Now I want to know if God commanded him, like revealed himself to you and commanded you to do this. Would you question God, or would you say, you know what, God is good and righteous? Who am I? I'm just an ant, right? He's God. I'm just an ant. Are you going to follow God's command? That's all I want to know. And you said no, but I want to know why you would disobey a good and righteous command.
Yes, I don't know. There's people in the chat saying I said yes. No, I never said
Well,
that.
you kind of did say if God commanded. You said if I knew it was God. You said if I knew it was God.
No, like
Yeah, you did earlier. Earlier, you said if I knew it was God.
Well, it was depending on the type of question you were asking me. I wouldn't actually do anything that would be hurting another human being. No.
So,
I guess if you're
why would
asking
you
me about
disobey?
my hypothetical morality line, I would never do anything to hurt another human being, and I do think that the God I believe in would know that. So I don't think that the God I believe in would ask me to do that.
But he's demonstrated that he is capable of asking people to do this before.
Yes, but I'm just talking about like
Jesus did this. According to you, Jesus did this.
But me and you on the ones. I would never do anything to hurt another human being, no matter what.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, because I really am glad to hear you say that, because I've spoken with many people who told me that every command from God is good and righteous, and that they would always follow every command from God because it's good and righteous. I'm glad to hear you say you wouldn't do that, right? But
no matter what deity would ever ask me. I mean, some people say that the devil told me to do it, or God told me to do it, or that, like, that's just a lot of ways that people could, try to get away with things. And no, I would never physically harm anybody, no matter what the circumstance is. Because again, I don't know all the answers of the Bible, and I'm not a biblical scholar to any degree. But
do you believe in blasphemy? Do you believe in blasphemy? Do you believe in blasphemy?
Like blasphemy, like of the Holy Spirit, like?
Yeah. Are you aware that that's the one and only unforgivable sin?
Yeah.
So, if God revealed Himself to you and said, "I command you to," like, if God revealed Himself to you and said, "Here's two options. You have to choose two options. Either A, blaspheme me and condemn yourself to hell, or B, throw this baby off of a bridge."
Why would God give me such? Okay, like why?
To test your faith. To test your faith. Yeah. God tests people's faith all the time in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Why do you pose such questions like this? I'm just like wondering why. Why do you ask this?
I'm interested to see how far you'll go. I want to see how toxic this religion will make people.
No, but I think that you have to understand, like, there are a lot of people that are afraid, right? Like,
are you gonna blaspheme yourself and damn yourself to hell, or are you gonna throw the baby off the bridge?
No, I would never hurt a baby.
So you would blaspheme God and damn yourself to hell.
But that wouldn't blaspheme God, like that.
No, you have to choose. Like God is making you choose.
That's not how it works. Blasphemy of the Holy Spirit is when you deny that someone has.
Yes, I know. It's when you deny the Holy Spirit.
Right. So
right. It's the only thing that's unforgivable. Like you can throw a baby off a bridge and you can be forgiven for that if you truly repent. But if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, you will not be forgiven. Right. That's the whole point.
That's why you're saying it's option A or option B.
If God revealed Himself to you and said, "I'm testing your faith, Samantha, either choose A or B," you have to choose. Either blaspheme me and damn yourself to hell, or throw this baby off a bridge. Which one you're going to choose?
See, I know I'm not trying to like not answer your question. It just doesn't seem like a logical hypothesis.
God tests people all the time, right? God tests people's faith all the time, right? He tested Abraham's faith. He tested Job. Right?
Yeah, but see, in that specific situation, Abraham knew from the beginning that
Abraham didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
He had faith, but he didn't know that God was going to stop him.
Because God told him there's going to be a nation more than the stars from you. How would there be a nation more than the stars if he killed his only son?
What? God, I don't remember that part.
Well, but okay, so basically God promised Abraham that he would be a father of a nation more than the stars in the sky, right? So
somebody in the comments said the baby. I always pick the baby.
So basically,
so what would you do? Would you blaspheme God and damn yourself to hell, or would you throw the baby off the bridge?
Those are two things that can't coincide and exist. There's not a.
What do you mean? This all-powerful God has revealed Himself to you, okay, and says you have to choose two. I'm testing your faith. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that you haven't just immediately said, "I'm going to blaspheme God." I really am. I'm surprised that you haven't said that.
No, because I want to understand in which way you're asking me this question. Because
you have to choose to blaspheme me or throw the baby off the bridge. You have to choose one.
But
it's a test from God.
Blasphemy works. That's not how it works.
You have to commit blasphemy or throw the baby off the bridge.
But that's not how it works. God cannot tell you to commit blasphemy.
God can tell you anything, ma'am. God can tell you. God can tell you anything. God can command you to do anything He wants to. He's God, right? He's God.
Yeah, but
just say blasphemy. Just say it.
But see,
please say blasphemy.
But see, that's the thing. I want to say blasphemy, but at the same time, he wouldn't. It just doesn't. That's not how blasphemy works.
Well, it doesn't matter how blasphemy works. He's saying, will you commit blasphemy?
You have to give me a better question than that. You have to give me a better. Would you rather?
Would you rather damn yourself to hell or throw the baby off the bridge? How about that?
Well, I know for a fact that God would not put me in hell, so I'm going to say damn myself to hell because I'm not
know that. You can't possibly know that.
Well, no, I do, because the thing is
how do you know that?
Hurt an innocent baby, because that is wrong.
Ma'am, it's a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical. Okay, God is revealing Himself to you. He says, "I'm going to test your faith." Okay, I'm here to test your faith. All right. Will you damn yourself to hell, or will you throw this baby off the bridge?
I would hurt myself before hurting anyone else.
Thank you. Why was that so hard to answer?
But see, this is because that's what I wanted to know. It would have been better if you said, "Would you rather get killed or kill someone else?" You know,
damn yourself to hell or throw the baby off the bridge.
But see, in that concept of blasphemy, it just doesn't make sense.
I left the blasphemy out. I left it out.
If you leave the blasphemy out, then I'm like,
I left it out. Would you rather?
Or hurting anyone else?
I left it out. Would you rather damn yourself to hell and burn for eternity, or throw the baby off the bridge?
No, I would rather hurt myself than hurt anyone else.
I'm glad to hear that. I really am glad.
That's all. But
because I ask that question a lot and I don't get that answer at all.
But because people are so afraid of hell, I guess that's why. But see, the thing is,
of course, that's what the whole religion is. It's fear. The whole reason you believe in this God is because you're afraid to burn.
I actually didn't start believing in God before that reason, but there are many people that do believe in God for that reason. So I do understand how that works.
And I can understand how that helps people cope. I have no problem with that. Like, if you're using Christianity as a way to help you cope with the fear of life after death, or like Justin always says, if Justin, I don't know if you know who Justin is. He always says, if you're using Christianity to help you keep you from skinning someone alive and going to prison for the rest of your life, then by all means use Christianity. Worship this God. Fine, whatever, right?
You don't need that to have morality, though. Like, that's,
are you saying you don't need God to have morality?
No, you don't need to have Christianity to be a good person.
I agree with you.
Like that. Like, I was a okay person before Christianity. I don't think I hurt anybody like that. But I mean, the thing is like the way you were saying it was just you wanted to answer a question of would I hurt someone over damning myself? No, I wouldn't. But that's the concept of what I got through my walk in Christianity.
And I'm glad to hear you say that.
It's not to hurt people.
And I hope you don't I hope you don't dive even deeper into this faith and even deeper into this religion, because the further you get into it, I feel like if I talk to you a year from now, you probably wouldn't answer the same way.
I don't know about that. I don't know, because I don't think that would be a situation that could happen to me, like where I wouldn't actually have the reasoning to know that I wouldn't hurt somebody else. I've
spoken with many atheists who were at that time like that type of Christian, who were like straight up like, I'll do it. I'll fucking do whatever God tells me to do. And there's still people who are like the Christians who are like that today. And I'm sure when they first started becoming Christian, they probably weren't that in that mentality, but they are now. There's people like Joyful. There's Joyful. He's an atheist. He was that type of Christian. Like, he'll do whatever God tells him to do. He's gonna do what God says. Like that's my. People ask me why I do this. What's my problem with Christianity? My biggest issue is with people who would literally do anything for God. People who think that everything that God does is good and righteous, would never question God, and would always follow God's commands. That's my biggest red flag with Christianity. You don't seem to be that person, which I'm glad you're not. But you're just now kind of starting out in your faith, it seems like.
Well, I mean, I've been on and off Christian for I don't know about Christian, but I've been on and off a believer for a long time. But I was actually raised in the occult. So, like, I was raised in the occult. I was raised in, like, witchcraft and, like, all kinds of stuff like that. And honestly, that was a very bad road for me. I seen things and around stuff that people would just say, oh, you're just faking it and you're lying. Like, but again, my experiences are relevant to me and no one else. But
I gotcha.
So the thing is, I was on the opposite end. I didn't grow up in a Baptist church. I didn't grow up being forced to believe in God or anything like that. This happened.
I didn't either. Yeah, I didn't either.
You didn't either?
No, I don't come from a super religious background. I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have like religious trauma or anything. But I have very, very close friends to me growing up who do suffer from it, and that's why I do this. Thank you, Joyful. Thank you.
I understand where you're coming from with that, because the thing is, I know this is, your show, and you guys are talking about very specific topics, and personal experiences a lot of time don't matter to the people in the chat, and I get that. It's just I came about this in a very different way, and that's why maybe I do have a different no, I'm not going to just kill anybody for God, because the God that I believe in, the God that I'm experiencing, the God that I'm learning about is a sovereign God. I know that there's...
not according to the Bible.
There's a lot that I'm...
If you worship if you worship the Bible Christian God, he is none of those things that you said. He's awful. He's terrible. He's a maniac. He's a psychopath.
Can you help me understand, how does it flip into this, like, when you go into all of Jesus's commands, when he comes... And when he comes in and he's like trying to change up the church because the church is doing all kinds of horrible things, and he's telling people to love one another and to do all these things, like, how is that bad?
That's not bad, but if you think that Jesus is God, then Jesus also does all these terrible, awful things in the Old Testament.
Well, there's this Trinity, right?
I don't. None of that makes sense to me. I don't believe any of that stuff. Like,
I know. I'm still asking a lot of questions about that myself.
If Jesus is God, like, that just means that God came down and impregnated his mother, a virgin, and gave birth to him, who gave birth to himself. What the hell? It's asking me to prove that I'm not a computer. I've never seen this before.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna move on to the next guest. Okay. I appreciate you being here though, but and I've enjoyed the conversation with you, and I just I'm sorry if it got a little heated there between us, but I think that I genuinely think that
I think it happens, and in a lot of ways it's for your search and your benefit. In a lot of ways it's for my search and my benefit, right? So yeah, it's all good. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, and I'd be happy to speak with you again too at some point.
Absolutely.
So feel welcome to come back.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, bye. Yeah, Benny, it was like a puzzle piece. It was like asking me to like drag a puzzle piece across the screen. I've never seen that. Okay, I got 10 guest requests. I'm going to get to you guys. Thank you for the crown. I really appreciate you guys. Everyone, please keep spamming those likes. Let's run the likes up, guys. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for the gifts. Share the live, guys. I'm having a lot of fun right now. Today is going to be a really fun day. Tomorrow is going to be a good day. We got Parker and Mike Burgundy going live and debating later this evening. I was told it was about 7 o'clock. We also got Justin going live tonight on his main account. He's back. We all love Justin. Let's go watch him and support him being back on his main account. And tomorrow night, I'm debating Wi-Fi Gospel at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm really excited about today and the next. And also I'm on my days off too. I'm off work for the next 3 days. And Joel Reads Bible goes live as well. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Let's get to our next guest here. TikTok does not put the guest requests in order, so I don't know who has been here the longest. So I'm just going to click randomly here, guys. Oh, what's up, T7? T7, I don't like that username. I do not like that username.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Great. So, did you really read the Bible or not?
Yeah, I've read it twice. I don't memorize the whole thing, obviously, but I think I know it well enough to.
Talking about last guest, you missed some pretty important portions of the Bible that you chose to forget.
On containing pertaining what verse? Like the first Samuel verse? The Amalek?
No, Molech.
Molech.
Passing children through the fire.
The Amalekites?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept asking her for the verse. I don't remember reading anywhere in the Bible that says that the Amalekites were doing that to their babies.
Let's see. Leviticus 18:21, 1 Kings 11:7.
Okay, hold on. Let me just go one at a time here.
Actually says Amalekites. Oh, there it is. 1 Kings 11:7. Shlomo built a high place for commotion.
What is it? What is it?
With Moab
What's the verse?
on front of Jerusalem.
Hello, can you hear me? Sir, can you hear me? What's the verse?
Yeah. I told you, 1 Kings 11:17.
Yeah, I asked you to clarify, and you just kept fucking talking, so just relax.
And another for Molech, the abomination.
1 Kings what? What is it? 1 Kings what?
11:7.
11:7. On a hill east of Jerusalem, Solomon built 2 places for worship. He built a place to worship Chemosh, the hated god of the Moabites, and he built a place to worship Moloch, the hated god of the Ammonites. I'm not sure. Is this the one? Are you sure this is the one? Because I don't see anything about the Amalekites sacrificing their children.
Yeah, they were.
Well, where? I don't see that.
Okay.
And even if they were, sir, even if the Amalekites were sacrificing their children, what? God says, you know what? I see you guys sacrificing your children, so now I'm going to go and unalive your children. How does that make anything better?
So, there's an idea that when the Torah was passed to Moshe on Mount Sinai, all the nations were invited, and they all refused except for the nation of Israel. So they all had the opportunity, and they all heard.
Okay, you're boring me to death here. Why did God have the babies have their heads chopped off? What did the babies do?
They all heard the 10 Commandments, and these nations refused to do what God told them.
The babies refused to do what God told them to do.
These people.
Yeah, I don't care about the people, sir. I have an issue with the babies here.
Okay, well, just the babies.
Yes. Why did God delete babies for crimes they didn't commit?
So just the parents should have been taken care of, and the baby should have been given. You pick your event. Noah, for instance, should have had all of the babies of the world. Correct?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're worried just about the babies. So all the parents that were doing wickedness only because they only had evil in their heart, which is why He sent the flood. Which is why Hashem sent the flood.
Yes, why did God drown babies? Why did God drown babies?
Noah should have had all of the children on the ark with him, correct?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I want to know why God drowned the babies, sir.
Because they had wickedness in their heart only.
The babies were wicked?
Yes.
So you believe that innocence?
Continuously.
How were the babies wicked?
They did evil continuously. Their parents did. So how do you think they were going to be raised?
So, like, God knew that these babies were going to have to be drowned, right? So why not even stop them? Yeah. So why didn't God just not make the babies be born in the first place? Then they wouldn't have to be drowned, right?
Because we have free will.
Did the babies have free will?
Well, that's a good theological debate now, isn't it?
Why didn't God let the babies have free will?
They had free will to the extent they could have free will.
Why did God take the babies' free will away from them?
Which I'll go at. He didn't take their free will away.
Well, He drowned them.
Okay.
He didn't let them have a choice.
He did give them a choice.
He gave the babies a choice to do what?
To accept His ways.
Sir, how is a baby supposed to accept something?
Well, after you die, you're asked.
What?
After you die, you're asked, do you accept me or do you reject me?
Why did God drown the babies? You said because they didn't accept Him.
Because there was wickedness in the land only.
The babies were wicked and evil?
The babies were going to be brought up in a wicked and evil society that had no good within it.
So why didn't God let them have the free will to choose whether they would be evil or not?
Well, because they couldn't really exercise their free will so much.
Why? You know why they couldn't exercise their free will? Because God fucking drowned them.
They can't really walk, they can't really talk, they can't really think.
And they can't swim either, sir.
Yeah, neither could their parents. Not for all those.
This guy's crazy. Everyone keeps spamming the likes, guys. He thinks babies are wicked, and that they can't accept God. That's why God drowned them. Spam the likes, guys. Share the live. Click the follow button, everybody. If you've enjoyed this live stream, click the follow button and subscribe to my YouTube. The link's in the bio if you want to watch the full live streams. I have a ton of live streams on there if you want to watch them.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, so go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so go ahead now. What's the argument about?
I'm making a statement here. You worship a God that deletes babies for crimes they didn't commit.
I worship a God that deletes babies for crimes that. All right, so just like what you was talking about, like the Noah and the ark, right? It's not necessarily about the babies. It's about the people. Because at the end of the day, he had to wipe everything away.
Yeah, I have an issue with the babies being drowned.
I know, so that's what I'm telling you right now. There was fallen angels that had sex with women, so the baby was gonna grow up and be like the fallen angels. You get what I'm saying?
So God knew all that was gonna happen though before that even happened, right?
That's true, but everything also goes according to plan.
Yeah, so God knew so God made babies knowing he was gonna have to drown them.
It all goes according to plan. I mean, what you saying?
That was God's plan. God's plan was to put babies into creation and then drown them.
All right, that's like saying this. Your plan that you had in your mind is already perfect for your son. But your son did something that went against your plan, so now you have to adjust to the plan that you just gave your son.
Are you going to drown your son?
That's not what I'm saying. If you gave your son a plan to go to college, but then your son does bad and ends up in jail, right? Now you have to.
But sir, I'm not all-knowing. This all-knowing being knew that these babies were going to grow up to be evil. He still allowed them to be born, and then he drowned them. He created these babies just the way they are. So he created babies knowing that he was going to have to drown them.
He already had his perfect divine plan. I'm saying, if you just understand what I'm saying.
So drowning babies was part of God's perfect divine plan. Like that's crazy.
I'm saying, even in the beginning, his plan was for us to live everlasting.
What did the Amalekite babies do? What? Because they weren't evil. They didn't have like half angel in them, right? The Amalekite babies in 1 Samuel 15:3. What did they do?
I ain't read everything, but I know everything goes according to plan. And at the end of the day, you also have to look on the brighter side of what's going on instead of the negative side.
So God has a plan for you, sir.
A plan for me? Yes.
So if God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain that it was him, and he spoke to you and said, "It is my plan for you to go to your neighbor's house and unalive their children," are you going to do that?
Why would I just go out of the blue and just do that? Why would he just give me that type of assignment?
Because it's your plan. God says it's my plan for you.
So wouldn't you respect the one that created you?
Sir, God has a plan for you, correct?
And I said, wouldn't you respect your creator? I'm saying,
so
how could
saying,
you I'm saying, look,
so are you saying yes? Are you saying yes, you would follow God's plan for you?
Yes, because his plan goes according to everything. That's like saying, I'm saying, how
are your neighbors aware of how dangerous you are?
Debate. I'm just listen to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm understanding everything that you're saying. I'm just saying,
are your neighbors aware of how dangerous you are, sir?
Bro, just listen to what I'm saying. I already done listened. I done understood what you said, and I said, yeah. All I said was, how could
Let's take it one step further. If God revealed himself to
our
you,
Lord tells us to do something, and then we have the right just to say no. You know what I'm saying?
So you're always going to follow God's commands. So you're always going to follow God's commands.
That don't mean it's right because I'm following him.
Well, are you saying that no matter what God commands you to do, you're going to follow it because it's part of his plan for you?
At the end of the day, we human. We also have our own free will, so we don't have to follow what God is saying. Either you're going to choose or you not going to choose what you want to do.
Well, sir, you just said God has a plan for you, and now you're saying you have free will. That makes no sense. If God has a plan for you, you have to do what God's plan is. You don't get to choose.
You do.
How do you choose something if God already has your whole life planned out?
Just the same way, if your son if you gave your son a path and he still chose to go this way, that don't mean he's not going to steer off track.
So you're saying God's plan can fail?
No, I'm not saying his plan can fail. Because at the end of the day, what he wanted to be done is going to happen.
Right. So how do you have free will? So what? At the end of the day, what's going on? At the end of the day, what God wants to happen for you is going to happen. So how do you have free will? Your whole life is planned out. How do you have free will?
Choose the easy way or the hard way. It's just like that.
You have to go according to God's plan. You have to choose according to God's plan. You don't get to freely choose things. Whatever God's plan for you is what's going to happen. So what do you mean you have free will and also God has a plan for you? What do you mean? That doesn't make sense.
This don't have nothing to do with it. But I can say, just like for my mom, for example, if God had this perfect plan for her, right? But then she does things to mess up the plan that he already preordained. So what she did really delayed everything. But that doesn't mean God still don't have a divine plan for her. It really depends on the person.
So if God
take all day or not.
If God revealed himself to you and said, my divine plan for you is to go to your neighbor's house and SA their children, is that what you're going to do?
Say that one more time.
If God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain it was him and said, it's my divine plan for you to go to your neighbor's house and SA their child, is that what you're going to do?
Yes. I say yes because at the end of the day, it's a test. It's a test. Either I'm going to do it or I'm not. You get what I'm saying? Just because he said, oh, go do this, don't mean when I get there, he's going to make me actually do that. Just like in the Bible when he sent old dude out there to kill his son. It was a test. He didn't actually kill his son. At the end of the day, he had his son plus more.
So if God, what if when you start to do it and God never stops you, are you going to continue to do it?
Yes, you have to understand the baby is going to be somewhere that I would take a long time to reach. At the end of the day, the baby is more at peace than me.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old. This ain't no facade. This ain't no faking.
Do you have children?
Yes, I have a little boy. Yes.
If God revealed himself to you in a way that you were 100% certain that it was him and said that it's my divine plan for you to drown your baby in the bathtub, are you going to do it?
Hey, that's what the Lord want. At the end of the day, what I might seem not is right, but it really depends on what God need and what God want. Just like God wants all the babies to die, but God.
So you're going to drown your child. You're going to drown your child if God says it's his divine plan for you.
Like I said, it's not about what you want, or it's about what he need and what he wants at the same time. So you have to do what he need instead of not what he wants.
So if God says I need you to drown your baby, it's part of my divine plan, you're going to do it.
Yes and no. But then, because like I said, it can go like this now. It's either you want and you need at the end of the day.
Sir, you need to take a long look in the mirror and think about what you've just said here today. Okay? Think about what this religion has done to you. Think about what this Bible has done to you.
Go out and hurt my son.
Do you realize, hold on. Shut up. Do you realize how toxic you have become at 20 years old? At the young age of 20 years old, how fucking toxic you've become from this religion. You've just told me that you would go to your neighbor's house and sexually assault their child if God said it was part of his divine plan. And then you said that you would drown your own baby.
So tell me this, who are you to go against God?
Hey, I'm better than your God. I'm better than your God will ever fucking be. I am way more morally superior than your God.
Look, first off, I'm not going to argue with you. Like I said,
you belong and you are dangerous. You are dangerous. You are dangerous to society. You are the problem. You are the exact problem I have with Christianity. You are dangerous. You are a dangerous individual. And guys, he's just one out of billions. He's just one out of billions. And that could be your fucking neighbor. That could be your next door neighbor. That could be your coworker. That could be somebody that you spend every day of your life with, and you have no fucking clue how far they're willing to go. These people, and like, we're supposed to like respect these people, right? Thank you for the crown. We're supposed to oh, Christians are always like, why are we being persecuted? Why are we being mocked? Why does everyone hate us? We have to be nice to you guys. We're supposed to like accept you into our society. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. This is like, that really made me sick. That really made me sick. Everyone keep spamming the likes, guys. Click the follow button. Keep sharing the lives. I appreciate all the shares. Thank you, guys. Also, subscribe to my YouTube. The link is in the bio if you want to watch the full live streams. Also, I have a ton of all my live streams on there. So if you guys want to go back and watch all the... Yeah, me too, Joyful. Like... I hear that a lot, and I thought by now I would be like desensitized to it by now, but that is wild. Like, and he's only 20 years old. That's fucking crazy.
Hello?
Demon. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you hanging out with me right now. The whole live stream is going to be on my YouTube. I post all my live streams on my YouTube. So if you guys want to watch the full live stream, go subscribe to my YouTube. The link's in the bio. I'm losing guest requests here. I'm trying to get through these guests, guys. I'm sorry, but they're starting to drop out. Hello, Coates. All right, I guess they're not ready yet. All right, we're having trouble with these guests here, guys. I'm trying to get through them, but it seems like they're all dropping out. And guys, TikTok doesn't put you guys in order, so I don't know. I don't know who's here first. So I'm just clicking randomly, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
So you're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
So why do you have a problem with God deleting babies?
Because it's immoral.
But you're just an animal. Morals don't exist.
Sure they do. Sure the morals exist.
Why? Because you're afraid to go to jail?
Well, I realize that my actions have consequences. So like if I punch you in the face, I know it hurts. So I don't want to be punched in the face. So I don't do that to other people. I don't want to cause pain to people. So I realize my actions have consequences. That's where I get my morality from my brain.
So it's not morality, it's just fear of retribution.
Well, I also don't want to hurt nobody because I know it hurts me.
Well, you were conditioned to think that way.
No, I have empathy. I don't want to hurt nobody. But are you making the claim? Are you arguing that you have objective morality from God? Because I don't know if you want to go that way.
Well, here's the thing: you can't put God on trial because are you a homeowner?
Yeah.
I think you cut out there for a second.
Yes, I am a homeowner. Yeah, but I don't. What's your problem?
Okay, so you own your own home. If someone comes and destroys your home without your permission, will they go to prison?
If they're caught, I don't know if they go to prison. Maybe jail. Depends if they burn the house down or what. I don't know.
All right, but you can demolish your own house because you created it. It's your property.
No, I didn't create this house. I don't own it full out. I'm still paying on it.
Oh, okay. Well, if someone builds their own house with their own materials on their own land, they can do whatever they want with it. So, the moral
somebody can build a shed and burn it down. Okay.
Moral law was given to us. We don't reflect it back at God.
Who? By the Christian God?
Well, the religion itself is a whole different argument, but you're an atheist, so you don't even have a ground to stand on. You believe in the scientific impossibility that nothing created everything.
Prove to me, no, I didn't say any of that, but prove to me that you have objective morality.
Okay, is it wrong to...
No, sir, don't ask me questions. Give me proof that you have objective morality.
Well, it's all around us. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's inherent.
So the Christian God. So the Christian God is your objective standard for morality, sir. The Christian God.
Well, I don't know why you have to put Christian in front of it. It's everybody's God. Even in the book of Romans, it says...
Okay, fine, whatever. Sir,
look,
your God is the objective standard for morality. So when your God commands that little virgin girls be captured, that's a good thing, right?
Well, he's the perfect planner, and he's the one that...
Is that a good thing?
If he commanded it... Listen.
Hey guys, there's your objective morality, guys. There's your Christian objective morality, right? He's coming on here saying, how do you know what's right or wrong? Where do you get your morality from? Sir, you get your morality from the Bible? From the Christian God who commands that little virgin girls be captured? And that's your standard of morality, sir? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Check this out.
Get out of here. Take the L. Take the L with your bullshit objective Christian morality. That's the most embarrassing thing when Christians try to come up here and say that they have objective morality from God. It's really cringy and embarrassing because, you can instantly defeat them just like that, just by simply reading scripture to them. Just read one verse from their Bible, and all of a sudden, grape is okay, right? He's coming on here saying, well, how do you know that essay is wrong? Where do you get your morality from? He literally just said that when these little virgin girls were captured as spoils of war and graped, that's okay. All right. Guys, I just got a flag for that when that guest was on. I just got a flag for hate speech or something. I'm not sure. Probably from what he said. I don't know. I don't think I said anything, but I'm going to go ahead and end the live right here, or maybe reset it. So just so that way I don't lose access to this account. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. I've been live for an hour and a half, so I'm just going to keep going. Fuck it. Because I have a backup account. Because I have a debate tomorrow with Wi-Fi Gospel, but I have a backup account I can use if I need to. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, Eric. You only YOLO once, Days. You only YOLO once.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Look, one of the problems, and I do agree with you in some things. For example, one of the problems nowadays, I was listening to earlier to another of your live people you had up there, I think her name was Samantha, is all they preach and all they hear is about this loving God.
Everyone keep spamming the likes, guys. Share the live. Click the follow button, everybody. Let's try to get some guests in here. Only send a guest request if you're opposition, guys, please. Actually, I don't have any new guest requests. Guys, only send a guest request if you're opposition, please. Please, guys. Please hop out. Oh, Cooper, did you, we're on the same side, aren't we, Cooper? That's why I wasn't bringing you in.
Skits, real quick, man, real quick. Yeah, we're on the same side. I just...
the guest with the neighbor and the essay and the child, dude. I don't know how you do it, bro. It's out of control, man. Dude,
Yeah.
It can't be real, dude. It can't be real. Like,
it's real, dude. It's real.
I don't. It's mind blowing. I join people's lives all the time and I debate. And I saw Hanji the other day, but dude, it's like, yeah, I keep doing your thing because it's delusion. It's psychotic shit. So.
Yeah, I know. It's hard, and like I thought I was like I pretty much am desensitized to it now because I've heard like some Christians say some pretty awful things, but still sometimes that one I don't. Sometimes it still just hits you right in the gut.
Yeah, dude, it's dark stuff. It's dark stuff for sure.
And it really like troubles me when it's somebody who's so young like that. He said he was 20 years old, and
20 years old, dude. I'm young too. Like I'm 28, but like it's
wild,
dude. The people on it, it's crazy, man. So keep doing your thing, but yeah, I hope they get out of their own head and realize like it's just not real. I don't know. Good luck to him, I guess.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck to him. I just hope he doesn't harm anybody. You know, that's my biggest thing.
It's God's
because
plan,
these people that think that everything that God tells them is good and righteous and that they would always follow God's command, all it would take is for them to hear a little voice in their head that they are convinced that it is God.
Dude,
and
that's what I'm saying.
They're going to act on it. They're going to act on it.
And people do. People do.
Of course
all the
they
time.
do. Yeah.
They in court they say God told me to do it.
Right.
It's messed up, dude. But yeah. It's all God's plan, right? God, praise God.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right,
hey,
thanks.
Keep doing your thing, homie.
Thanks, Cooper. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being a long-time subscriber. I really appreciate you. All right, guys. I think I am gonna call it quits here for now. I don't have any like new guest requests really. There's 5 people in there, but I've already cooked them all. So if you guys have enjoyed this live stream, if you want to watch the full live stream, I'm going to be posting it on my YouTube. So everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube right now. Everyone, please click the little YouTube button in my link in the bio. Just click the little button. It'll take you straight there. I really appreciate all you guys being here. I do have to go run some errands, and then I'm going to come back on. I'm going to try to go live before Parker and Mike Burgundy debate. I'm really excited for that. And also, guys, Justin is going to be going live tonight. He's back on his main account. I think, is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. So he'll be going live tonight, guys. So we make sure we all hop over there and show up for Justin on his main account. He's been having really, really good lives. It's been really good momentum over there. He's killing it. And tomorrow, guys, I'm debating Wi-Fi Gospel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. On here, the debate will be on here, and I think it's going to be a co-host. Where there's going to be no moderator, so co-host. And the debate is the Christian God evil? It's going to be me and Wi-Fi Gospel at about 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So I'm really excited about today and tomorrow, and I'm off for the next 3 days, guys. So I'm going to be doing lots of live streams. We're going to be doing Skits Loves God later as well. I'm going to try to squeeze in as much lives as I can in the next 72 hours, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Find another topic. I did make another topic last night. We could do this one later. Why does God allow this? We can also do this topic later if you guys want to. And I have some. We could do biblical slavery if you guys want to later. We can do can your God prevent evil? We can do. I've been working on some new topics. If you guys have any topic ideas, go to my YouTube and watch some videos. Give me some ideas. Comment, like, share them. Comment some ideas in my videos on my TikTok. Go to my most recently pinned video. And give me some suggestions for topics in there, guys, if you want to. What time is the Parker and Mike Burgundy debate? I've been told it's at 7 o'clock. I don't know what Eastern time, Central time, I don't know. But I've been told 7 o'clock. I tried bringing you up, Dominator. I already tried bringing you up, I thought. Hey.
You think you are, you fat, ugly transsexual?
Are you Christian? Oh, you're Muslim, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'm Christian.
Oh, you're Christian? Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. All right, guys. I'm going to end the live in case something bad happens. But if you guys want to watch this full live stream, guys, and I will be clipping what that guy said. That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. So just give me maybe a couple hours to post this live stream on there. So thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the gifts, everybody. I will be seeing you again later today, later in the evening, and I'll be seeing you in the next few days as well, guys. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Peacock.